Welcome back to another recording of the Elevate Media Podcast. I'm Chris Anderson. So do you think humans will ever be immortal? And should we even be trying to reach that goal? So I recently read an article. It was about a tech billionaire named Brian Johnson. He's on a mission to reverse the aging process. This isn't your typical billionaire story, and Brian's approach might raise a few eyebrows, but it's worth a listen, and it's quite interesting. So Brian is a 46-year-old, and he's spending millions each year on a team of health experts and some pretty unique experiments. His ultimate goal? To make his organs look and function like those of an 18-year-old. Yeah, he's 46, trying to function like an 18-year-old. So this is an interesting guy for sure. Now, some of the things he's doing to turn back the clock, he's got a strict bedtime of 8:30 p.m. That's a lot of commitment if you want to have any sort of life, right? But he gets a good night's sleep. He's also taking a whopping 110 pills every single day. Now, that's a lot of vitamins. And then, wait for this one. He's even going as far as collecting stool samples on a regular basis. Crazy. And if your kids are listening, you might want to wait on this one. But he actually has attached a small device to his, well, you know where, to monitor how many times his little guy wakes up during the night. And most of you guys will know what I mean by that. Talk about dedication to the cause. Now you might be thinking, Chris, this sounds a little crazy. And you know, I probably agree with you a little bit. But to Brian Johnson, he says that it's not as inaccessible or eccentric as it might seem. He believes it's all about doing the things we all know that are good for us. Like going to bed on time, getting good exercise every day, and avoiding the things that harm us. And he's got a point there. You know, often we focus on what we can start doing to get healthier, but we forget about the things we should stop doing. And Brian thinks society is addicted to addiction, indulging in junk food, overindulging in adult content, and endlessly scrolling through social media. And he's right about something else too. You know, corporations win when they get us hooked on their products or services. And sometimes the most powerful thing is just stopping those bad habits. Now that can be, easier said than done, right? But here's the best part. Despite the hefty price tag of his health journey, Brian is pretty generously sharing his protocol for free online. So you can find his recipes, exercise plans, vitamin guides, all the things that he uses to help him. So it's basically like he's giving you a health roadmap that's available to get for free. And you know what? Most of his findings can actually apply to both men and women. Things like a diet focused on veggies and portion control are universal. Granted, I eat meat, and I think we need meat in our diet, so a full veggie diet is not something I agree with. But he also shares his principles of the Blue Zones, which is a book and a Netflix series that explores places where people live longer and live healthier lives. And it's all about having a sense of community, eating right, reducing stress, and enjoying wine with friends in moderation. Sounds like a pretty good, happy life right there, right? But here's a real eye-opener from his journey. The power of stopping something may be even greater than starting. He's learned that sometimes the mind can be your biggest obstacle, and empowering your body can lead to incredible results. So why is Brian so obsessed with his health? Well, he's seen the impact of poor health on his family, from chronic depression to witnessing cognitive decline in his loved ones. He knows that when you're not healthy, that's when health becomes everything. Now, Brian isn't just any billionaire. He's the founder and CEO of Blueprint, a company focused on optimizing health and longevity using AI. He's even built an algorithm that takes better care of him than he can himself. Now, that's some high-tech self-care right there. And one last thing he mentioned, it's not AI he's afraid of. It's actually humans and our capacity for harm. He believes that AI, combined with other advancements and a greater emphasis on health, could lead to a world where people live much longer. In fact, he thinks death might become more of an improbability than an eventuality. So it's a pretty bold statement. As we look ahead to the future, it's clear that Brian's 2-word summary of our time is don't die. We're in an era where we need to update our gameplay as a species. And who knows what the future holds with AI and health optimization. Now, I do believe we'll live forever, but that only comes through knowing Jesus and getting to heaven. And that's my personal opinion on that. But thinking we can live forever here on earth is something I don't think will happen. However, I do believe we can significantly increase our lifespan if we focus on our health. So I agree with Brian in that regards. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But that wraps up this episode of an intriguing article I read about elevating life and living longer. But until next time, go out, continue to elevate your life, elevate your brand, and we'll talk to you soon.